Did moderate Dems cave, or did Pelosi flinch? That's the question. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has released the text of a $3.5 trillion budget framework that is meant to give Democrats the opportunity to approve major federal investments in child care, family leave, and climate change provisions without the support of congressional Republicans. This isn't what I wanted. So this isn't the article that I wanted. But what I did want to talk about is that when Pelosi made this deal, she promised that there would be a vote on the bipartisan infrastructure deal by September 27th. That would be before we have had a chance to fully prepare the budget reconciliation package. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. So, House leaders used a procedural workaround to avoid lengthy battle and a separate vote on the budget resolution itself. But the rift between Democrats over how far Congress should go in reshaping the role of the federal government is still unresolved. At odds were a group of moderates. Let's put it like this. These are not moderates. These are corporate Democrats. These are Democrats who were paid by Big Pharma and Big Oil in order to facilitate votes that are counterproductive to a green initiative. The vote went through for the budget reconciliation. It was a vote of 220 to 212 along party lines. We expected this. House leaders, again, I was talking about how they used a workaround to avoid a lengthy battle and a separate vote on the budget resolution itself. So the rift is still unresolved. At odds were a group of moderates, corporate Democrats, who wanted to vote now on a Senate-passed bipartisan infrastructure bill instead of following through with a two-track strategy whereby infrastructure and the broader spending bill would advance in tandem. Party leaders say they hope to finish work on a spending bill by October 1st, leaving just weeks to address serious concerns among centrists over the cost of Biden's spending plans. Democrats are attempting to move forward with the spending legislation without the support of any Republicans. Leaves little room for error. Interestingly enough, outside of this article, I also just recently read an article in which Arizona's own Kyrsten Sinema had said just yesterday she was not going to co-sign a $3.5 trillion spending package. Well, Ms. Sinema, my response to you is all that work you did on that bipartisan infrastructure deal is about to go straight down the fucking toilet. And you can just say you signed your name to a big bunch of bullshit. Because the progressives in the House aren't going to let you bully them. The progressives in the House are pretty damn fed up with the situation. They're tired of centrist Democrats, corporate Democrats, thwarting the will of voters. These are popular proposals. Most of the proposals get anywhere from 60 to 80% favorability in polling. So the only people that have trouble with this are Kyrsten Sinema's corporate donors. Oh, and don't forget about Joe Manchin. Gotta love Joe Manchin. If he's not your personal hero, are you even progressive, man? After hours of late-night talks Monday, Democratic leaders offered a compromise to the centrists who called for a vote on the infrastructure bill. Pelosi agreed to add the budget vote into a procedural measure and add a provision specifying that the House would vote on the infrastructure bill by September 27th. The procedural vote also set up debate and a vote on a voting rights bill for later Tuesday, which did pass. That was a good thing. Passing an infrastructure bill is always exciting, for what it means in terms of jobs and commerce in our country, Pelosi said in a statement Tuesday afternoon after announcing her commitment to the September 27th deadline. We must keep the 51 vote privilege by passing the budget and work with the House and Senate Democrats to reach agreement in order for the House to vote on a Build Back Better Act that will pass the Senate. Each of the moderate lawmakers who had demanded an early vote on infrastructure ultimately fell into step with Pelosi. You see how this article is skewed? What they're not telling you is they won't be done with budget reconciliation by then. So, in essence, they are getting what they want. They're getting their vote on that bipartisan infrastructure bill before reconciliation is completed. And they're doing that for a specific purpose. It keeps the power in their hands. Then they can pass their bipartisan infrastructure bill and turn around and shit on working Americans and not pass the budget reconciliation as intended. They're going to cut and carve and snip away at it, and it's going to go from $3.5 trillion probably to half that. I'm sure if Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema have their way. Of course, they're just interested in how they're going to line their pockets and what lobbying job they're going to have when they get out of office. So, big surprise there.